Hello, my name's Jade and today we will be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. I've never done this tag before, but I've seen it go around. Not sure who did the original video. I know that they've been going around for a while. I'm gonna find it and I'm gonna link it below. I will give a quick warning that I've read 21 books so far this year, which isn't too bad for me. The vast majority of these books, however, are school books that I don't have a lot of strong opinions on, so we're somewhat limited to our choices here. The first question is the best book you've read so far this year, I'm assuming. And that pleasure goes to The Evolution of Maradaya by Michelle Hodkin. I've just put up all of my videos on these. I marathoned straight through this trilogy. I had so much fun reading it, and this was my favourite of the trilogy. I gave it like a 9 out of 10, which is the highest rating I've given a book yet this year. So this is my favourite book that I've read so far. The first book and the third book are also very good. Recommend this trilogy. The second question is the best sequel you've read so far. The Evolution of Maradaya by Michelle Hodkin. This is my favourite book I've read this year, and it's a sequel, so I feel like by default this is my favourite sequel that I read this year. However, I would like to give The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes a quick mention. It's not a sequel, it's a prequel, but it's along the realm. It's been getting really mixed reviews and I liked it. My video of this is up if you want to check it out. I go into more depth about I understand why some people are disappointed. I'm kind of in two minds about it myself, but I didn't dislike it as much as a lot of people seems to. If you look at it in certain interpretations, it's quite clever. The third question is a new release you haven't read yet. You know, there were a bunch of releases come out this year that I was excited for, and now I forget them all. Again by E. Lockhart. I actually ordered that mere moments ago because I haven't bought it yet. It's pretty recently released. I don't even know when. I know it came out this month. E. Lockhart wrote We Were Liars, which is one of my all-time favourite books. She also wrote Genuine Fraud, which I read and enjoyed, and a bunch of other things that I've not read. I need to get. I want to read more E. Lockhart. If I'd read enough of her work, I could say that she's one of my favourite authors, but because I've only read 2 books by her, and I only really loved one of them, the second one I enjoyed, but it wasn't like the best thing ever, I feel like I need to read more. Again by E. Lockhart. The next question is the biggest disappointment so far, and that goes to The Duff by Cody Keplinger. I feel like to say it was a disappointment is kind of harsh. I didn't dislike it, I enjoyed it, it was fine. It just wasn't amazing, and I feel like it has a lot of hype. It's okay, but I didn't really expect to love it either. But then I guess it also, the story just wasn't as fleshed out as I thought it would be. It felt not the best constructed wise. So having said all that, I'm not overly disappointed because I wasn't expecting for it to be my new favourite book or anything. I just thought it was going to be a little bit better than what it was, considering the amount of hype on it. The next question is the biggest surprise so far, which goes to Carol by Patricia Highsmith. I read this for research for my dissertation and I ended up absolutely loving it. I feel like most of the times when I go into a book that I'm reading for uni, I kind of, not necessarily that I expect I'm going to hate it, but I don't have high expectations because there's been a lot of school books that have been pretty meh. If I like it, then it's a great surprise. Like this one. Really enjoyed this one. Had a lot of fun with it. As you can see through my excessive tabbage, I got really into it while reading it. It's about 2 women and their love story in 1950s New York. It was really great. The next question is my newest fictional crush. This one goes to Noah Shaw of the Maradaya trilogy. We're going to spend a lot of time in this video with the Maradaya trilogy. I've cut it out as much as I could, okay? Noah Shaw. I feel like he's the only fictional crush I've gained this year. So by default, Noah Shaw. He is also great though. I am really glad that it is him. The next one is a book that's made you cry. I don't think any of the books I've read this year have made me cry. It's been a while since I've had a good book cry, okay? I don't know if it's just because I was so excessive when it came to crying that my body's like, okay, calm down, chill, or if I've just, not read very many books this year. And the books that I have read have been mostly school books. I mean, I did tear up while reading this one a couple of times, and I talked about in my video that there was potential for me to cry because the things in this book that normally I would have cried at, and I know that I would have cried reading certain sections, I didn't because I spoiled myself about them. I guess Retribution of Maradaya. It's been a while since I've had a good book cry. I need a good book cry. Next question is a book that made you happy. Well, I think the Maradaya trilogy, it made me happy reading it because I was having so much fun reading them. I really liked them. Carol made me happy because I had so much fun reading this one. The Duff also technically made me happy because it was really fun to watch this stuff play out. I've not read like a really happy book this year, like a cutesy feel good book. I guess this is the closest thing we have. You could maybe say Hollow City, because I had a lot of fun reading this one too. I'm doing the audiobooks for them. I'm currently reading Library of Souls, and the audiobooks are so good and they make me laugh so much and they're just so much fun. The next question is the most beautiful book you've bought this year. I didn't even get a book for this one. Which books have I've bought some. I've not bought any books yet this year that are particularly beautiful. They're okay. The naked hardback of my edition of Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is pretty cool. Clearly I need to buy more books. I think that's the problem here. I think I just should buy more books. I could essentially just do a haul of all of the books I bought this year so far because it's not been that many. Scythe, I don't know if I'd say it's beautiful. It has like parchment feeling paper as the dust jacket, which is really cool. It's two-toned naked. It's got an imprint of two scythes on it. The spine looks really cool on the bookshelf. I got this one not too long ago. I don't know if I love this cover though. I have the first two Noah Schul books. These aren't bad actually. Like, it's kind of cheesy, the fact that they have real people on them. I like the like ashes, is that what they are? Embers going up. I think that's cool. And I like the colors on this one. I actually do quite like this one a lot. The way they're like hugging each other like that. I think that's pretty. Maybe it's this one. And then we have Library of Souls, which literally just arrived. And look at it naked. It's got all of their name on it. Full print for Addison. These are really gorgeous books. The Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children books, they're really good quality. I'm going to talk about this forever and ever because they're great. They have beautiful spines and naked. They're all different colors and like have the spine imprinted on, full of beautiful illustrations and designs. Illustrations, beautiful photographs might not be quite the right term. I guess it's a toss-up between these two. Oh, I skipped a question. What's my most anticipated release of the rest of the year? Oh, we went over this about how there were lots of releases that we got excited about and now I've forgotten them all. Midnight Sun is coming out soon. I've pre-ordered that baby, so I will be reading it and doing a book discussion on it, so subscribe and stay tuned for that. I want to say that Stephanie Perkins, I think, is bringing out a new book this year, another thrillery one. I think I've not yet read There's Someone Inside Your House, but I own it. I've started it a couple times. I never get past the second chapter. I want to. Let me Goodreads it real quick. If you didn't know, I'm on Goodreads at Jade Courtney. My link is always in the description. I have all my social medias down below if you ever want to check them out. Ooh, it's got a cool cover. The Woods Are Always Watching. A traditional backwards horror story set first page to last in the woods, Pisgah National Forest, in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Two girls go backpacking in the woods. Things go very wrong, and then their paths collide with a serial killer. The Woods Are Always Watching by Stephanie Perkins. That sounds cool. Was a traditional backwards horror story set first page to last? You'd think it'd be backwards, like as in last page is the first page. Then why is it set first page to last? Confusion. Is this Stephanie Perkins' new thing now? She's now YA horror thriller writer. Is this? They're so different to her other books. I hope we get some cutesy books eventually. And the last question is, what do you need to read by the end of the year? Well, apparently There's Someone Inside Your House and The Woods Are Always Watching. There's a lot of books that really I should read by the end. I'm so behind on books in general. I've got releases from like 5 years ago to read, let alone releases from these years. Two of the ones that have been weighing particularly heavy on my soul are the Throne of Glass series. I've read the first book and that is all. And also Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. The Daughter's Book and Wind trilogy is one of my all-time favorites, and the fact that I haven't read this, I haven't even started, I haven't even tried to read this yet. It hurts me. It's only a duology as well. Like, they're big, but there's only two of them, so I could marathon that. I'm hoping that come the end of the year, I've either continued on with Throne of Glass, maybe gotten like a good 2 or 3 books in, or I've read this duology. I don't know if I need to do both. I think that's asking too much, but I would like to have done one of them at least. The Starless Sea is another one. That's a standalone. I could just read that, but because they're so big, they're so intimidating. Hopefully, come my wrap up, one of these will be on there. I'll be happy with that. When I get technical, the Noah Schul books as well. I really want to get to these come the end of the year while I'm so excited and it's all fresh in my mind. See, I feel much more stressed now ending with that question than I did at the beginning of the video. Was that done purposefully? Because I don't appreciate it. That is all I have for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing morning, afternoon, evening / night. My name's Jade. I hope I see you again next time. Goodbye! Oh my god, it's heavy. I want to say that Stephanie Meyer is putting one out, Midnight Sun, of the See, really all I need was like Mardar, maybe Carol, Strange the Dreamer, and I think that's the majority of the questions answered. The Duff, I guess, could be in there. Okie dokie! I stubbed my toe while doing that as well.